Hey everybody! So, a couple of days ago, or maybe a week ago at this point, y'all may remember that I asked on my YouTube channel what characters y'all wanted me to draw for the 6-character fan art challenge. A friend of mine was doing it, and I was inspired to do one of my own. So I asked y'all for suggestions, and y'all gave me a lot of really great ones. Like, it's so fun to me when people suggest characters from books and series and stuff that I've read and really enjoyed, especially if they're like not as popular or well known as Wings of Fire. It makes me so happy. So that's what I'm doing this week, and this video is unscripted because it's Saturday afternoon and I'm lazy, so forgive me in advance, please. I started off with Lucy Gray Baird, I think that's how you pronounce it, from the new Hunger Games book that came out. So if you haven't read that book, there will be minor spoilers for this part, so if you don't want spoilers, go to this timestamp. Now, I'm not sure I drew her properly, but that's in part because I never quite figured Lucy Gray out. Like, she was a mystery, and the book didn't solve it. She had moments where she seemed girlish and vulnerable, and then she had moments like where she was scary, and I mean, we don't even know what happened to her at the end of the book. I was not expecting Lucy Gray Baird to be what she was at all. Like, completely the opposite of what I was expecting. Suzanne Collins totally surprised me. It was a great book, by the way. Anyone who's a Hunger Games fan should totally get their hands on it and read it. Fully satisfied my expectations. And can I say that it added a lot of very interesting concepts into the lore of the Hunger Games. Like, it explained and added a lot of things that are actually really cool. Like, for instance, the Hanging Tree song. It must have given President Snow a heart attack when Katniss sang that on air, because it was Lucy Gray's song. Next up, we have Tamron. Tamron is a blind Rainwing from book 3, and she's in the second arc too, if in case y'all don't remember her. She's actually a really sweet character. I really enjoy her whenever she appears in the books. I have actually drawn her once before in a Rainwing sketch page I did, but she's pretty easy to draw. I always kind of go with like a light blue palette for her. Not a whole lot to say about her character. I mean, she's a great character, a great little side character. If anyone's wondering, the circles that I drew, like, in place of the crest on her forehead, they're not anything weird. It's just a way that I've been drawing Rainwings lately, so Aubrey thought maybe I was drawing a Sea-Wing Rainwing hybrid. She didn't quite understand the circles. So I was told by a friend of mine that usually people don't draw the same characters in this challenge after I'd already drawn Lynx. So I decided to keep her because I was running out of time to finish this video. I really wanted to get it out to y'all on Sunday, like this Sunday, so I didn't want to take her out. Also, you will have probably noticed that I misspelled Lynx for her name. One thing that y'all may or may not know about me is that I am a terrible speller and a terrible pronouncer of words, case in point. But my dear sister notified me that I had misspelled Lynx's name, and I fixed it, because totally not tired of Aubrey telling me how to spell things, even though she's the younger sister. Lynx is honestly a super cool character though, and I'm really glad that she's gonna come back to the series later in book 14, because like as soon as she came into the series back in book 7 when Winter saw her, I think it was in book 7, I thought she was really cool. Totally not just because she has freckles. I'm not a sucker for characters with freckles. Totally not. I mean, in no way. But she just seemed really interesting to me. And I hope we get to see a lot of her character in book 14. It will make me very happy if we do. Next up is Sokka. I finished watching Avatar yesterday. That's 2 days ago, because this video will be posted on Sunday. And Sokka is the best character. He is a protective older brother and so funny. My type of character. I love him. Avatar was a great show. I'm so glad I finally watched it. Zuko's the second best character. I don't like any of the other ones. I mean, I'm kidding. But Sokka's totally the best. He's such a good brother to Katara, and he's a great leader to the group, and it's really cool to see how someone without any bending abilities was still able to make important contributions to the whole storyline and the plot. He was also a very hilarious character. A lot of people just think he's the comic relief. He's more than that, but he was a great comic relief for the series. He was actually easier to draw than I expected him to be. I kind of didn't want to draw any humans because I'm still working on my humans. But Avatar has a really, really simple art style that I really liked. So he ended up being very easy to draw. I just found some screen cap reference pictures, and I think a turnaround. It wasn't a turnaround. I don't know if it's like official art or if it's fan art, but Google didn't tell me, so. One thing I did really like about this drawing, though, is that Avatar has a really, really awesome nose drawing style, so it was very easy to draw his nose. The noses, when I draw humans, are definitely my least favorite part. Next up is Saphira. I think it's Saphira. I'm going to say Saphira. Might also be Saphira, but it's like Sapphire, so Saphira is probably it. From the Inheritance Cycles, which is a 4-book series written by Christopher Paolini. I've actually done a video about it once before. Saphira is the main character's dragon. She is pretty darn awesome. Inheritance Cycles is actually a series I read a long time ago, and then like as soon as I finished it, I immediately reread it like right off the bat because it was so good. I'm a big fan of Lord of the Rings and stories like that, and Inheritance Cycles definitely falls under that category. So it was a good read. Saphira had a terribly ugly design on the cover. I'm sorry for anyone who likes the design, but it was just terrible. So I did stray from it a little bit when I drew Saphira here. It was interesting to draw a different type of dragon. I don't usually draw other types of dragons. I tend to stick with Wings of Fire dragons. I do occasionally switch around, but it was interesting. I got to practice some scale drawings and a little bit of a different coloring style. A little bit more painterly than I'm usually inclined to do, so it was a learning experience. Last but not least is Alanna. Might be Alanna. I think I'm gonna call her Alanna though. From a series called, dang it, what was it called? Now I've forgotten what the series is called. How could I just read this series. Song of the Lioness, that's what it was called. Or maybe that was what the first book was called. Anyways, it's a great series by Tamora Pierce about this girl named Alanna who wanted to become a knight, so she switched places with her brother so that she could go train as a knight, and the whole series is about like her pretending to be a boy forever for like 8 years to become a knight, and then like at the end of the last book it's like, or maybe it's the third book, I read it a couple weeks ago, but at the end it's like the big reveal where they all find out she's a girl, and it was really, really good read. Nobody asked for Alanna, or Sokka for that matter, though I did get a lot of requests for Avatar characters. And I don't think a whole lot of people have read Tamora Pierce's books. They're a little bit older. A couple decades ago was I think when she wrote Alanna, but she's still writing books now. Anyways, it was a really good series. I really enjoyed it. And I was out of characters to draw. I was bullied and cajoled and bribed into drawing Sokka by my sister because I was afraid to draw Sokka. And then she tried to get me to draw some Ninjago characters, and I just couldn't. I was too chicken. So I drew Alanna instead, and I hope you guys enjoy her. Thank you guys for watching. This video has been kind of rambly and not very well structured. But, you know, we got through it, and this challenge was really fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, because when y'all like, comment, and subscribe, my videos get more recognition. I think that's how it works. I hope that's how it works. I had 6 honorable mentions of characters that I wanted to draw, but I didn't want to draw well. So, a lot of people asked for Toothless, and lovely, sarcastic me wanted y'all to know what he looked like in the book series. Yes, there was a book series. Another request I got was Inigo Montoya from The Princess Bride, Grover from Percy Jackson, Darth Vader, and Zuko from Avatar, and Cabbage Man from Avatar. Cabbage Man just wanted to sell his cabbages, y'all. It was so sad.